Hey, Shalom Akim, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash, Call Halal Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth. And as always, I want to give much peace, love, and salutation to the elect Akim that's pushing this word with all truth and sincerity. I'm the brother Tazamah, just coming back today with another lesson through the Spirit, and Lord willing, this lesson will be edifying. And lesson's not going to be too long. I'm going to make it fairly quick. But what you currently see is from the NewYorkPost.com, and it's dated June 28th, which was 2 days ago, June 28th, 2022. And we know that we're in the year of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai turning up. And as you see here on the title, it says vegan burger hyped for tasting like human meat wins an award. And all this clearly is it's a ritual, and they're openly showing you, openly telling you what the masses of the people are getting ready to get down to. Okay, because it's not no coincidence why a lot of these food processing centers and meat factories and things of that nature, why they are all of a sudden going up in flames, and they got large amounts of lands that are being burned up with their crops. They're telling farmers that they can't, plant their seeds, and they, to kill off and euthanize their chickens and their cows and things of that nature. Why do you think that they're doing that? It's because a global famine is on the way. All right, and with this famine, what do you think the people are going to do? The people are going to resort to cannibalism, and the scriptures talk about that. You see, and this is nothing more than just a pseudo prophecy, if you will, that these elites put out there, all right, for you to get pretty much, they're openly telling you what they're getting ready to plan on doing, what they're getting ready to do in their plans. All right, people are going to be literally eating human flesh. And as you see on the title, vegan burger hyped for tasting like human meat wins an award. So first and foremost, you got to ask the question, how do they know what human meat tastes like for it to win an award? How is it going to be hyped for tasting like human meat if so-called people don't eat human meat? It's not a consumption. It's because these elites do that kind of stuff, man. Matter of fact, let's pull a precept real quick that just came to my mind. What was that? Wisdom of Solomon, the 13th chapter? And then we'll read some of the article. Okay, this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 13. And these devils, they just all go into ancient Hamitic customs and ways. That's the energy and spirit that these Edomites operate in. Okay, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 13. Is it Wisdom of Solomon 13? I know I ain't tripping. Or is it 14? Hold on 1 second. It might be 14. Let me see. Where's it 12? Let me just type in merciless murderers. Okay, well, it was Wisdom of Solomon 12, Salakia. All right, so this is Wisdom of Solomon 12. And let's start at verse 3. It says, for it was thy will to destroy by the hands of our fathers both those old inhabitants of thy holy land, talking about those Canaanites, all right, Hamites, all right, that lived in the land of Canaan before we went and conquered the promised land. All right, it was known as the land of Canaan at that time, but that land was promised unto us. So we was commanded to go in there and destroy all those inhabitants, to burn everything, their idols, kill the people, the animals, and burn everything, right? It says, whom thou hatest for doing most odious works of witchcrafts and wicked sacrifices, which these elites, all right, these these upper level banking families, that's the same energy that they operate in right now, the witchcraft and the wicked sacrifices that they do, at the Bohemian Grove and these different councils that they have behind closed doors. They do all these different things. It says, and also those merciless murderers of children, which, I mean, do we even need to explain all the pedophilia that goes on with these devils, man? All right, on a large scale. I'm talking about children upon millions of children missing. Okay? It says, and devourers of man's flesh in the feast of blood. You see, devourers of man's flesh in the feast of blood, man. And that's what they do at these different elite parties and things of that nature, man. They got all kinds of madness going on those parties, man. And they really be on eating flesh and drinking blood. And we're reading it here in the scriptures. Because like I said earlier, all they do is follow after those same ancient Hamitic customs. Okay? The witchcraft, the sacrifices, the idols, devourers of man's flesh, the merciless murderers of children, the eating of things with blood in it. You know? The left-hand priesthood. That's Esau's on that. So as you read vegan burger, as they say, because it might not even be a vegan burger. It might be some human meat. Awarded hype for tasting like human meat. Okay? It says, if you've ever had the desire to taste human flesh. Now, this is the New York Post, and this is a known news outlet. Okay? It says, if you've ever had the desire to taste human flesh, you've now got the chance to get it, to give it a whirl between buns. And you're going to have these people trying that shit, eating it. You know, you're gonna have those people this Halloween. You see, and we know Halloween. It's coming out this Halloween, and we know what Halloween's all about. See, Sam Hain. Okay, that's the left hand's. That's the left hand side's most high. One of their most high holy days on the left hand side. A lot of kids go missing, and they do all kinds of sacrifices. They consider that as a satanic high holy day. Like how we got Passover. They look at Halloween or Sam Hain as their highest holy day. It's specifically this Halloween, you see? And they try to make it sound like it's normal. Give it a whirl between the buns, right? Swedish plant-based food brand Umph created the unusual flesh-flavored burger, which won a silver brand experience and activation lion at the Cannes Lions Festival of Creativity last week. Okay? If you're concerned the special edition bizarre meat may not be realistic enough, do not fear. A spokesperson said they've done their best to make sure it's as lifelike as possible, crafting it from soya, mushrooms, and wheat protein, as well as plant-based fats and a mysterious spice mix. I wonder what that is. Despite the apparently eerie similarity to human flesh, right? The spokesman assures no humans were injured in the development of this project. You see, but no one here in Babylon, hey, who knows? You know what I'm saying? You can't put it past these devils that it may not necessarily be some real human meat, man. Who knows? It could very well be. The way that these devils operate, man. And the scripture says to never trust thine enemy. In Sirach, the 12th chapter. The advertisement released on Halloween Eve in 2021, last Halloween, shows a dimly lit hallway with a figure walking toward the doorway, cutting between clips of a cook preparing some meat and rolls of knives before a plant-based human flesh flashes up on the screen. Plant-based human flesh. That just sounds ridiculous. As well as be scared and relax before the daring views to taste it. Here it is, human meat, plant-based burger. See that? And this is all really a ritual. Like I said earlier, this is all a ritual to get our people's minds set forth on eating human flesh as if it's going to be normal. Because that's the next thing that's going to come is cannibalism. And the scriptures talk about that. The scriptures talk about how many people are going to perish due to the famine. You see? Matter of fact, there's a scripture, I want to say it's in 2nd Ezra. The mountains and they should drink blood. Let me see real quick. Let me find it. Yep, 2nd Ezra chapter 15. Let's start at verse 56. It says, like as thou hast done unto my chosen, saith the Lord, even so shall the Most High do unto thee, and shall deliver thee into mischief. And he's talking about these people, man. The Lord, just as these people are going to try to come up and attack the men of the Lord, and the Esau going to come down with great wrath, right? He said, the Lord said, and shall deliver thee into mischief. Thy children shall die of hunger, right? And thou shalt fall through the sword. Thy city shall be broken down, and all thine shall perish with the sword in the field. See, because it's going to be martial law. It's going to be a famine, a global famine that the world has never seen before. Very soon. They that be in the mountains shall die of hunger. See that those who try to escape and flee, the Lord going to kill them with hunger. And eat their own flesh, cannibalism, and drink their own blood, for very hunger of bread and thirst for water. That's what's coming. Cannibalism. And you can read about that. You can read about this within the scriptures, man. All you got to do, let's do something real quick, because it's in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. That's a curse that's going to befall our people. Flesh sons. This is Jeremiah. Let's read the curse first. Deuteronomy 28 and 53, and then we'll get Jeremiah 19. So let's read Deuteronomy 28 and 53 first, right? Deuteronomy 28 and 52. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates, which is a pretty much a besieging in the gates is a siege. That's what happened to Jerusalem in 70 AD. Okay. It says, and he shall besiege thee in thy gates until thy high and fenced walls come down, which is a protection. You know, your high and your fenced walls is your defense, right? Wherein thou trustest. See, and the thing is, these people trust upon their defense walled cities and things of that nature, right? Throughout all thy land. It says, and he shall besiege thee in all thy gates throughout all thy land, which Yahweh thy power hath given thee. And this has happened, and it's going to happen again. It's happened during the time of 70 AD. All right, it's happened during the time of the Babylonian Empire. This happened during the time of the Assyrian Empire. You know, the northern kingdom being besieged within thy gates. You know, these things happen, and it's going to happen again. History repeats itself. There's going to be another besieging that's going to take place, and our people are going to be caught up in it. Verse 53: and thou shalt eat the fruit, and thou shalt eat the fruit of thy own body, the flesh of thy sons and of thy daughters, which Yahweh thy power hath given thee in the siege. All right, when all hell is breaking loose in the siege, and in the straitness wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee. You see, when the distress comes and the trucks stop moving. You see, when the trucks stop moving, all right, and these stores and these storehouses be suddenly empty. What are the people going to resort to? They're going to resort to breaking and entering. Okay, they're going to resort to breaking and entering for the lack of bread. You know, rushing in people's homes. Okay, and then after that, it's going to be militia groups, man. Straight militia groups, like you see in the movie The Road. Okay, The Walking Dead. See, that's what's coming. And they're gearing your minds to be prepared for that. Here it is. You got a plant-based vegan burger that tastes like human meat. Like, come on, man. How does it? You can't get around that, man. Right? Last scripture. Like I said, I didn't want this to be too long. I just want to hit the points. This is Jeremiah chapter 19. The point is in verse 9. It says, let's start at verse 8. And I will make this city desolate and a hissing. Everyone that passeth thereby shall be astonished and hiss because of all the plagues thereof. And I will cause them to eat the flesh of their sons and the flesh of their daughters. See? That's cannibalism. I will cause thee to eat the flesh of thy sons and the flesh of thy daughters, and they shall eat every one the flesh of his friend in the siege and straitness, wherewith their enemies and they that seek their lives shall straiten them. That's what's coming, man. Okay? Friends shall be turned into enemies at that time, man, for the lack of bread. And we're reading it right here. So don't let this stuff fool you. As the scripture says, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. We clearly see what they're trying to promote and what they plan on doing. And they're letting you know, it's all for fun. Halloween, boo. You know what I'm saying? No, man, they're clearly telling you what they about. And they gearing people's minds up to be prepared for that. Okay? So, I just wanted to do a quick lesson on this. You know what I'm saying? Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Chakudash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, great millstone, that taught us his truth, and much peace, love, and salutation to the elect. Shalom.